Going to be really quick. I'm just going to swap this dash bezel out. Figured I'd film it in case you're working on the same thing. It's really easy. You need a T20 bit for these. You don't really need a tool if you just have the bit. These shouldn't be tight. Sometimes people over tighten them. That's usually why the bezels are broken. Either that or the headlight switch. Pushing on the headlight switch over and over again causes the bezel to break. That's what happened here. You can get these brand new from LMC Truck. It's the best place to get them other than a junkyard. If you go on eBay, they're ridiculously overpriced for what they are because they're usually beat up. I've seen them as much as $200. I got this brand new LMC. This was $99 plus got the screws and the little inserts. Now on the 89s, 88 and 89s, they don't have punch out inserts, but no one makes it like that. So they're always going to have your cargo light insert. So once you get those out, there are two clips up here, right there at the top. Okay. Let me just drop all my tools. Just have to gently kind of work it out and get it out away from get your wiring exposed so that you can come in here. Let's see if this angle is good. Here are the headlight wiring. Okay, this one has a tab. Pinch that tab and you're going to wiggle it back and forth. I'm trying to do it with one hand, but there you go. See, this one is similar, but the tab is down in there. You might need a little pick or screwdriver just to pry that tab open. You see, it's not that difficult to do that. Also, I mean, you can, with this one, you can actually just take it out with the screws. This is all glued in, so I'm going to have to cut this away. But I might go ahead and do that now, because I do need this headlight switch. Honestly, we could just break this bit loose, because we don't need any of these anymore. Now, if you wanted to reuse that one, really, you should just buy it. It's not that expensive. They sell it there too, because I've never seen one of those that still had all the tabs on it, and they were always broken off. Okay, I'm gonna have to cut that away, so I'll work on that off camera. Well, that didn't take as long as I thought. Once I cut a little notch in it, so we can pull this guy out. Okay. Now this one has two tabs that hold the dimmer in it. So we're going to pull the dimmer out of that first. The headlight switch should push straight forward once you push these tabs. It should push straight out and then you'll have this thing. If yours is still good, you can reuse it. What I always see is these tabs are broken and the little spacers here are broken. So I got a new one. I also got new screws. So see, the new ones, get it out of the bag here. The new one, I'm hoping the new one's a little more durable, but putting that one in there should just lock into those. If it's this headlight switch, it's always giving me trouble with this. There we go. Right? Well, that's supposed to lock in right here. Wondering if am I missing something? Because mine doesn't want to do it. Mine always wants to go past. Well, it'll work here, so okay, maybe that's how it's supposed to be. I don't know. I thought they locked into this tab, but anyway, so that's solved. Okay, we'll put this guy back in. If you've got an 88 to 94 and you're replacing your dash bezel and you haven't replaced your headlight switch, it's a good time to do it. These headlight switches, unfortunately, have to carry all the amperage, because on these older ones, you know, none of it's there's not a relay, right? So all the power comes right up through the switches, which is why these headlight switches fail a lot. And the bad thing about it is that they carry, not only do they carry all the load, they also carry the brake lights and tail lights. So it's really common for this headlight switch to fail, and then you lose brake lights, you know, and you'll be chasing around a brake light problem, but it's actually your headlight switch, because everything comes through here first. So well, everything, I think the turn signals, I don't think get power through this, but the brake lights, parking lights, emergency lights all get their power out of this switch. So there's a main, you know, there's one main lead comes in through here, and so there is a kit you can get from, I've seen it on Amazon, I've seen it on LMC Truck. It's a headlight wiring kit that'll, well, actually the one on LMC is the one that takes the whole headlights off onto relays, but you can also incorporate the one that puts all your so your low and high beams, you know, on these trucks, when you turn on the high beams, the low beams turn off. So a pretty common mod is to set it up to where the high beams stay on. I mean, so the low beams stay on when you turn it on high. But yeah, I'd want to definitely have that. That'll help, because that'll get your headlights off onto a relay, but I would still want to have the whole thing, the whole system on a relay, so you can incorporate both the kits. I may videotape doing that, because I do have both of them. I didn't plan to do it on this truck, because I really don't ever drive this one at night. I don't know how much that rain is going to overtake my audio in a minute, but it's pouring down rain here, so I'm going to finish this up and put it back in. So there we go with brand new screws. Look at that, brand new. Now we get it on and get the, we don't need that. Get the wires plugged in back here. Okay, now we're just gonna, well, let me get the old foam out of there, because I got a new one. We should be able to just work it in the same way, I hope. There we go. See, should go in there. Just be gentle. Of course, my dash is so heat warped that I'm lucky it fits at all. And there's actually a Velcro tab in here that grabs hold and pulls this in. That's what you're hearing. And it can kind of fight a little bit at first, but once we get it in there, now we're there. Put the torque screws back in. Let me get them all in my hand here. Now, you may have the same problem as me with the warped dash, but I tell you, don't tighten these, okay? Just put them in and bring them up snug, and that's it, just like that. Because I've seen so many of these broken right here from someone changing the headlight switch and snapping that thing off. It's a shame that they're not like reinforced with anything, but for $100, I will just let the thing be a little bit loose rather than break that tab. So that Velcro is actually what's supposed to hold this bit in. I mean, it's aftermarket, so getting it perfectly flush right here, it's not bad. You know, the original was a little better, but it's not crooked. It's just got a little bit more gap. So I did get covers. Like I said, the 88s and 89s and maybe even 90s, I don't know what year they started with the lamp switch, but they would not have even had these punch outs. I think there might be, that there's supposed to be something there, right? I don't know. Maybe I forgot to buy. On the cargo side, I can feel. Let me see. Let me use the old. This is the old one. See, that one works. The new one doesn't. The new one feels. Oh, I know what it is. Okay, look. These are bigger. Yeah. You see that? Let me see if this is showing up in the camera. Okay. The one I bought is for the cargo hold. And this is, luckily I had this. I had a 93 bezel that was a piece of crap, but so I pulled that out. Anyway, so I did buy the one for the cargo. It looks like you're going to need both of these if you don't already. If you've got the earlier style that doesn't have the punch out. I do also have the cargo lamp switch, which I could put in here, I guess, just for, I don't know. Well, it looks like it may be in there, so we'll just leave it in there for now. I do have the cover. If I want to go back to the cover, I don't mind leaving a switch that does nothing there. Got headlights. I can't see the dimmer, but it is, yeah, I can see it a little bit. So I don't think it's going to show up. It's too bright. All right, that's all there is to it. Yep. Looks brand new and pretty.